Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Look, whenever we hear the word compliance, let's be totally honest. The very first thing that pops into our heads is just an absolute avalanche of paperwork, right? We picture endless forms, government inspectors walking around with clipboards, and honestly, enough bureaucratic red tape to wrap around the globe twice. But today, we're going to completely flip that script. We're uncovering how workplace compliance is way more than just a mandatory legal headache. In reality, it's a massive strategic and financial advantage. When you really dig into the data, strict adherence to health, safety, and environmental standards isn't just about the folks in the boardroom following the rules. It's actually about empowering your staff with a practical guide, like essential workplace safety protocols and daily environmental compliance habits that fundamentally optimize your whole organization for success. Because, true ROI doesn't just come from high-level strategy, it's built right there on the daily routines of the people on the ground.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're looking at 1. The hidden compliance advantage. 2. Safety, the productivity engine. 3. The cost of doing nothing. 4. Environment, the green ROI. 5. Building a loyal brand. And finally, 6. Future-proofing your business. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The hidden compliance advantage. Rethinking the rules. We usually think of workplace regulations as this heavy burden that just slows us down. But it's totally time to shift that perspective.
I want you to really ask yourself a question here. Is adhering to all these strict safety and environmental rules just a legal checkbox for your organization? Or is it actually the secret sauce to protecting your stakeholders and ensuring the long-term sustainability of your business? Because frankly, when you just check a box and move on, you miss out on some absolutely incredible operational optimizations that these frameworks are specifically designed to create.
There's a really stark contrast between the old way of thinking and the new. Look at the traditional view. Organizations see compliance merely as a moral imperative and a financial burden, basically a sunk cost of doing business, right? But adopting a strategic view, that changes absolutely everything. Implementing adequate workplace health and safety measures alongside strict environmental compliance actually provides profound ethical, strategic, and financial advantages. It transforms from being a drain on your resources to a powerful catalyst for growth and stability.
Moving on to Section 2, Safety, the productivity engine, protecting human capital. Let's look at how protecting workers from physical and emotional harm benefits the whole organization.
This brilliantly illustrates the cause and effect chain that honestly so many businesses completely miss. It all starts with step 1. A safe work environment is provided. But hey, safe isn't just some abstract concept. It means actually implementing clear, essential workplace safety protocols. We're talking mandatory daily equipment checks, super clear hazard reporting channels, and strict proper gear requirements. When your staff actually have a practical guide to follow, step 2 kicks in naturally. Workers become happier and significantly more capable. There is a direct, undeniable correlation between secure work environments and higher productivity. And then step 3 is just the natural result. Overall, operating expenses are lowered. Safety literally pays for itself. When employers actually take action to show they genuinely care about safety, the psychological benefit to the workforce is just massive. You show that care by empowering your staff with comprehensive training and practical, easy-to-follow daily guides. As a result, workers become self-assured, they feel at ease, and they become highly focused on their jobs. By prioritizing the work environment in this really practical way, you significantly decrease absenteeism rates and massively boost staff retention. People actually show up, and more importantly, your absolute best staff stick around. You're protecting your most valuable asset, your human capital.
Which brings us to Section 3, the cost of doing nothing, risks and liabilities. Let's flip the coin for a second here. What happens when organizations decide to cut corners?
Well, the cost of doing nothing is frankly staggering. A workplace that ignores daily safety protocols naturally experiences way more accidents, and the financial burden of those accidents is massive. We're talking about costly workers' compensation claims that can just instantly drain budgets. Then there's the operational downtime. Every single time there's an incident, work grinds to a halt for safety investigations. Plus, ignoring these strict safety regulations often leads to really expensive damage to industrial equipment and organizational property. And, of course, the legal liabilities. Failing to establish proper safety measures means running afoul of national laws like the Factories Act and the Employees State Insurance Act, which, let's be real, can completely destroy an organization's public reputation overnight.
All right, on to Section 4, Environment, the green ROI, saving money by saving the planet. Let's shift over to our second pillar and see how this builds into the broader picture.
Environmental compliance means adhering to standards designed to minimize our adverse effects on air, water, land, and biodiversity. Taking eco-friendly action, like cutting down on energy, ditching single-use plastics, and reducing raw material waste, creates some really substantial financial savings and operational efficiency. But this doesn't just happen by magic. It happens when you actively train your staff on daily environmental compliance habits. Simple things: proper waste sorting, strictly powering down machinery at the end of shifts, or meticulously adhering to raw material quotas. On the compliance side of things, being proactive with permits and emissions completely protects the company from severe fines and forced operational shutdowns.
And guess what? The financial benefits definitely do not stop at internal savings. You can actually unlock incredible financial perks straight from the government. Governments frequently offer generous tax incentives, meaning benefits and credits, to companies that actively implement green practices. Simply by shifting your operations to utilize renewable energy sources, or, say, transitioning your company's transportation over to electric and hybrid vehicle fleets, you can significantly reduce your tax burden while simultaneously upgrading your infrastructure. It's a total win-win for everyone involved.
Section 5. Building a loyal brand. Capturing market share. Beyond just the internal operations and tax benefits, environmental responsibility completely transforms how the outside world views your organization.
There's this absolutely vital dynamic in today's market comparing consumer loyalty to talent recruitment. Ethical compliance basically acts as a powerful magnet in both directions. First up, consumer loyalty. Modern consumers, and particularly the younger generations, increasingly prefer to purchase from environmentally responsible brands. And here's the real kicker: they will literally pay a premium for it. Demonstrating a real commitment to sustainability massively boosts your PR and attracts a fiercely loyal customer base. Second, talent recruitment. Running a compliant, responsible business allows you to draw in top-tier professionals who, quite frankly, increasingly refuse to work for socially irresponsible organizations. If you want the absolute best talent, you've got to be the best kind of company.
Finally, Section 6. Future-proofing your business. Survival in a shifting market. Bringing this all together, how does combining these health, safety, and environmental practices actually prepare you for the long haul?
Well, let's talk about the circular economy. By definition, it's an approach integrated into a company's environmental practices that focuses heavily on sustainability to ensure the organization's ability to survive and thrive in the long term. And listen, integrating a circular economy isn't just some trendy corporate buzzword. It is an absolute necessity right now. As the global market shifts so rapidly towards strict sustainability, a company's ability to even survive will depend entirely on its current practices. You literally have to integrate systems where waste is minimized, resources are continuously repurposed, and sustainability is baked right into the very DNA of the company. Those who do this are going to thrive. Those who don't, they're going to be left in the dust by both regulators and consumers.
So I want to leave you with this provocative thought to take away from our explainer today. As the global market shifts rapidly towards sustainability, is your organization actually built to survive the future? Really ask yourself, have you translated your high-level compliance strategy into a practical guide of daily environmental habits and essential safety protocols for your staff? Because ultimately, those ground-level, day-to-day actions are the real engine that will guarantee your company's survival, profitability, and growth for tomorrow. Take a long, hard look at your safety protocols and your environmental impact. The organizations that empower their staff to embrace this hidden ROI are for sure the ones that will define the future of business. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive.